The anime Orb on the Movements of the Earth is adapted from the manga of the same name by Uoto. It recently finished airing. In a few sentences, it can be summarized as a work with successful and unconventional storytelling, but unfortunately failed to fully commit to its narrative approach, resulting in major flaws. The anime may differ from the original manga in some content and presentation methods, or it may have carried over elements from the original. This could lead some readers to feel that the anime didn't follow the manga faithfully. As a result, they may think the original work has no issue, or that the anime's shortcomings stem from following the original manga too closely, placing the responsibility on the source material. However, none of these views are valid. I've previously discussed that anime and manga should be viewed as separate works. The video link is on the comment section. Masterful storytelling, the tragic heliocentrism. The story of Orb begins with 12-year-old Raphael becoming fascinated with astronomy. Raphael lives in the 15th century Poland, where the Roman Catholic Church wielded immense power, deeply influencing politics, academics, and people's lives. The story depicts the church denouncing the heliocentrism as heretical, establishing an inquisition to arrest, torture, and execute those who spread or possess books about the theory. Raphael happens to encounter a heliocentric theorist, Hubert, whose teachings sway Raphael to abandon his previous beliefs and accept the heliocentric model. When Raphael's study of the theory is exposed, he is arrested, remaining defiant until the end, and having hidden poison beforehand, he drinks it to commit suicide in prison. Raphael's death occurs only in the third episode, with the young protagonist exiting the story incredibly early, defying the convention of main characters appearing throughout the work. This shocking murder of the main character persists through Orb. After Raphael's demise, the protagonist's roles are taken over by the mercenary fighter Orchi and the monk Barnady, who die in episode 14. The story then continues with the scholar and underground organization leader Yolanta, the armed member Schmidt, and the poor nomad Draka, who perish in episodes 20, 22, and 23 respectively. The final chapters in episodes 24 and 25 feature the real historical figure, Albert Brusevsky, as the protagonist, the only core character who does not die in tragedy in the story. In terms of innovation, having key roles die one after another is enough to divide the work into different parts. This is likely extremely rare in any medium. Regarding the narrative presentation, the storytelling approach of protagonists continually falling is masterful because it closely ties in with the main themes. There can be different interpretations of the themes in Orb, but the story structure and plot prominently present 2 points. 1. Heliocentrism was gradually accumulated through the efforts of many pioneers, including unwavering dedication to death. 2. The human aspiration for truth has a strength beyond imagination, capable of overcoming any difficulty, a purity that moves people. The protagonist's death represents the willingness to sacrifice their lives to uphold heliocentrism. Though the spark of it was faint, a small flame remained after each setback, igniting the next torch. Subsequent groups may not have understood the previous group's process of exploring the theory, but in that flash of realization that could be valid, it was like discovering a bright lone star in the night sky, compelling them to tirelessly dig deeper without restraint. Discovery, sacrifice, inheritance, this cycle experienced by each character displays that the establishment of heliocentrism cost countless lives, highlighting the grandeur and magnificence of the pursuit of truth. Heliocentrism becoming a shared human achievement is not solely carried by the protagonists. The supporting characters play vital roles too. In the first part, the heretic Hubert enlightens Raphael. In the second part, Ochi is able to pass the theory and related works to the astronomy knowledgeable Banadi after arresting a heretic who ended up inspiring him instead. His comrade Grass also risks his life to ensure Ochi disseminates the message. In the end of this part, when Yolanta is deemed a heretic, the Inquisitor Simon defies orders to secretly release her, later being executed. In the third part, though Yolanta, Schmidt, and Draka perish, numerous members of the Heresy Liberation Squad unite in heroic sacrifice. These transitory characters appear briefly, with many unnamed, yet without them the heliocentric story would probably end. This shows both how the theory arose from the corpses of famous aspiring individuals and unsung heroes, while also depicting their indomitable wills and noble souls in fighting for their beliefs. Not having the characters die one by one to propel the narrative would fail to adequately convey these themes. The tight connection between storytelling and themes is precisely what Orb excels at. Disappointment wasted potential in storytelling. If the same narrative approach was executed consistently throughout, Orb could have been an outstanding work in recent years. Unfortunately, the storytelling ability starts declining around the middle of the third part, reaching an unbearable level by the end. The show repeatedly inserts long dialogue sequences, intending to drive character mental and behavioral shifts and advance the plot. This includes Schmidt and Draka discussing worldviews while being transported, Yolanta confiding her motivations for exploring heliocentrism to Draka, and most excessively, Nova envisaging Raphael's spirit and conversing with him as he dies in a church fire, including clashing viewpoints. Not many people are qualified to guess a dying person's consciousness, and while seeing illusions is possible, for such visions to manifest as tangible entities, even debating with a dying person seems unreasonable. Nova's vision clearly aims to reveal that he finally realizes his daughter Yolanta also sacrificed herself for heliocentrism, regretting his lifelong persecution of its proponents. It is awkward that the writers incorporated this contrived sequence to achieve this goal. Aside from Nova's supernatural instance, the other lengthy profound dialogues occur between strangers who unexpectedly engage in deep discussions, seemingly swaying one party into subsequent actions. But the writer's intentions seem more like inserting profound statements, often concluding with a maxim the creators endorse, delivered with emotive music as the episode's title, blatantly setting up golden moments. Anime and other theme works convey stories and content through visuals, audio, even the viewing venue setup. A major determinant of work's quality is how well the content and form complement each other. Dialogue is important in anime, but cannot become the primary means for expression. Otherwise, the anime medium is unnecessary for such content. Episode 25 performs particularly poorly in this regard. The ending depicts Albert pondering the book title on the movements of the Earth, thinking it refers to other celestial motions until realizing the Earth revolution is also possible. The visual merely show Albert in contemplation with a large question mark above him, a kiss comic technique fearing viewers' incomprehension. It then transitions to a black screen with white text and voiceover narrating Albert's university studies, teaching career, and inspiring Copernicus. An anime that began with meticulous, innovative storytelling ends up resorting to a radio drama. Orb courageously produced and aired all 25 episodes at once, unlike many anime that first made 12 episodes for one season before gauging viewership for further production. Perhaps budget constraints prevented the creators from refining the final portion. I hope anime producers understand that there are audiences sincerely appreciating artistic expression when considering investment worthiness. If you have any idea or like this video, please comment, like, subscribe and share. I'll be grateful if you become a member on Patreon, making us go even further. See you on the next video.